that's like, and having a little bit of fun. It sure is a manic Monday for me, as it says in the ticker tape there. Manic Monday. I've been running around like crazy, and now the wind is blowing like crazy here. And we will get into some of this personal growth, personal development, whatever you'd like to call it, here today on Manic Monday. For those of you that have never caught me live or seen me before or don't know me, my name is Heather Edmondson, and I am coming at you live here today at lunchtime on my lunch break here from being a nurse. I am talking to you guys and sharing some tips with you guys about personal growth and personal development. So let's get to it. Have you ever heard of the author, presenter, public speaker, Rachel Hollis? I have read, well, actually not read, I have listened to a couple of her books, audiobooks, and have gained some really good insight into a lot of things. She seems to be on the same wavelength as I am on a lot of things, as being a mom, on that kind of stuff. We have shared some of the same interests, so I found that very interesting, and she resonates with me on a lot of things. So some of the tips that she had for me today, and I would like to share with you, is try and wake up earlier than everyone else to get those special moments in for yourself. Take that special time for yourself. Do some journaling, read some quotes, do some meditation, do a little bit of yoga or stretching, or a little bit of exercise before anybody else wakes up in the house and distracts you. And then you have to give of yourself, especially as a mom. You're always doing things for everyone else, and you sometimes forget to take that time for yourself. So maybe set your alarm clock half an hour or an hour earlier, and get up when there's nobody about that's going to disturb you. Especially right now, just to stay in some kind of structure and some kind of routine with all of this being isolated and having to stay at home for most people. Staying in some kind of routine is very, very beneficial, because good morning or good afternoon, Patricia. Thank you for jumping in here. Yes, I'm sure your cats wake you up early, distract you. Yes, they want to be petted. When you have pets or animals in the house, they're always getting up and saying, okay, I want to be fed, or I want some attention. It's just like little kids will come in and wake you up in the morning as well. They want you to make breakfast, or they want you to read to them or play with them, or whatever it is. So try and make sure that you're getting that time in for yourself. It's very important to, whatever it is, like I said, get out. Right now it's beautiful out. We're just going into a really nice spring here in Canada, Western Canada. Get out and go for a walk. It's very windy here today, so you might need to strap down your coat or something to keep it on, because it's really blowing out there today. Like I said, get up, write down your intentions for the day. Write down your intentions for the day. I am in my own house here, Patricia. She says, where am I? I'm in my own house. This is a special little screen that I'm running through the StreamYard, the program that I'm using here. I'm not actually at somebody else's house. I'm in my granddaughter's bedroom that she stays in when she comes here, when she's allowed to come here. So yeah, I'm just fiddling around with some computer technology. So as I was saying, write down your intentions for the day. Don't forget that we don't thank ourselves enough and give ourselves gratitude and intention in the day. So yeah, we need to take that and write those intentions down, motivations, meditations, mantra. Maybe you have a mantra that you need to say over and over to yourself, even when you're brushing your teeth. To make it sink in a little bit more, try brushing your teeth with your opposite hand, like your non-dominant hand, and say that mantra over and over again, and it starts to resonate in your brain, and it will stick better when you're distracting it by using a different hand and saying it over and over. Why do we self-doubt ourselves? Why are we always so critical of ourselves, and let that get into our head, let that get into our brain? We are our worst critics. We talk ourselves down. We say, I don't like how you look. We say, you look fat. Your hair's a mess. You don't know how to put on makeup. You don't know any of that stuff. But if you had a friend that treated you like that, would you keep that friend around for very long? Yes. And thanks, Patricia. I'm glad you're enjoying my advice. If you had a friend that talked you down like that, or a partner or a spouse that talked you down like that, would you be with that person for very long if they talked about you like that? No, I don't think so. You have to have that belief and start believing in yourself that you are better than what you seem to be making up in your mind. So get out of your headspace, get that garbage out of your headspace. Move forward, try and socialize with some of your friends, even if it's just through social distancing, what we have to do now. Have a coffee with them in a parking lot or out in a yard somewhere, but you're 6 feet apart. We still need that social interaction to keep our brains functioning properly, and to just we are creatures of habit, and we do better when we're in a group mentality, when we're around others. We function better when we have someone else to talk to, especially mamas that are at home with a bunch of little kids and stuff like that. Make sure that you're having chats with your friends, like I said, through social media or through a platform like that you can still see each other, at least maybe not be in the same vicinity because we have to social distance, but you can at least be with each other. My little grandson came running out of the room. His mommy and daddy said, and he was upset because they were still visiting with their friends on a group chat, like on a social media platform. And he goes, "But I don't get to be with my friends. I don't get to talk to my friends." So they had to set him up with a visit with one of his cousins, just because they're missing out on that playtime and that special time that they have with their friends. That's the hardest for them because they don't understand it. You can tell them, but if they're too little to understand it, it's a real kink in their life. It's life changing for them. So don't forget to arrange some time for your little ones to still see their friends through social media, through a special software program or something like that, because they need that too. Goals. What kind of goals are you guys having right now with being in lockdown, being in isolation? Are you still trying to get your exercise in? Are you still trying to eat properly? Are you still trying to motivate yourself with positivity? If you're not getting that being by yourself, then try and find a group of people through a social media platform that you can still discuss things with, and have an accountability group if you want. Somebody to kick your butt if you need to be kicked to get that exercise in, or to stay more on track with your eating, that kind of stuff. But set yourself up for a win. Set yourself up to make your goals in the week, in the month, in the 2 months. Hopefully this doesn't go on for 2 more months. I think we'll all be ripping our hair out by then. But set yourself up for the win. If it's you wanting to exercise early in the morning, set out your workout clothes. I know some people that'll go to bed in their workout clothes so that when their alarm goes, they can just jump out of bed and get at their workout. But it's whatever works for you. So you might have to experiment and try some different things. Set yourself up for the success by preparing yourself the night before. I know that now that I'm back in a routine of going back to work Monday to Friday, full time, I have all my uniforms set out the night before. I have all my things that I need so that I won't wake up my husband. I use a separate bathroom far away so that he can still sleep in, and then he can get his day started whenever that is after I've gone to work. Like I said, prepare yourself. Prepare your lunch ahead of time, or put the coffee in the coffee maker and put it on timer if that's what you like to do in the day. If you like to have coffee, right now just drinking tea, but coffee, set it up so that it's programmed so that it'll come on and the smell of coffee will wake you up, maybe that kind of stuff. Do you have ambition? Do you have goals? What are you working for? Ask for help. Ask people to help you. Like I said, an accountability group. We are not all like those beautiful people that you see on social media, like the ones with the perfect hair and perfect makeup and perfect nails, perfect eyelashes, eyebrows, whatever it is. We are just who we are. And the more that you show yourself that you're a natural person and a natural human being, the more people will be drawn to you. And maybe tune into some of your go lives, or maybe join one of your accountability groups, that kind of stuff. Like I said, we're not perfect. We can always ask for help so that we can get some of our jobs done. Right now, with all the yard work and stuff that is coming up, and some of the training that I've been trying to do, I've been trying to fit it all in. And then kids are still wanting some things done, even though they're adult kids. I have to balance it out, and I have to block out time for each different task. Like I played out in the yard and over the weekend and dug in the flower beds, but I only did that on Monday, and I didn't do that on both Saturday and Sunday. I blocked out time for each and got both jobs done. Have you ever done that where you've gone to clean something and you say, okay, I'm going to clean this room and I'm going to get it all done, but you grab that one thing and then you take it to another room, and then you say, oh, see something else, and then you start cleaning that up, and then you take another thing and you go to another room, whatever, and then you turn around and 3 or 4 hours later and you look around and it doesn't look like you've done anything because you've been in every room and you haven't accomplished that one task that you wanted to get that one specific room done. So we got to focus our brain, block out that time so that you can actually pick that one task and complete it, and then move on to the next task. Our brain operates way better in blocks of time, 20 to 30 minutes instead of hour blocks of time, because if you do that, your brain can chunk it down a bit and it doesn't seem to be like such a big deal. You have to be aware that we do things out of habit. We do things like our brain goes on autopilot, and we do things just the regular way, the normal way that we've always done. You need to shake up your brain. You need to find out what is unconsciously triggering and making you, like I said, go from one room to the other, putting stuff here, putting stuff there. It's triggering you to not get that room cleaned up. You need to find out what that trigger is, and then you need to take an action. And whatever that action is, then there'll be a reward at the end of that action. So your trigger would be, okay, you don't want to get that room cleaned, and your action would be, okay, I want to get that room cleaned, and your reward would be that you finally have everything organized and in place in that room, if that makes sense in that example. A trigger is a stressor. Could be that your spouse, or Patricia, maybe your cats are leaving a mess around or whatever. You got to keep them in check so that they don't make you crazy that way. You got to find out what it is that's stressing you out. Let's try and motivate each other. And when you see somebody else maybe getting some exercise in, and you see how positive they are and how their smile on their face can change somebody's day, you just want to share along and be along that for the ride with them as well. So let's just get out there and do that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and jump out of bed like I did this morning from my alarm. And I ran for almost 4 miles, not kilometers, miles, on the treadmill, and then I showered and had breakfast and then went to work. And I've been running ever since. So now I've got to run back to work after lunch here. And we will catch you all again on Wednesday for some attraction marketing stuff. So hang in there, everyone, and we'll get through this. Hopefully this will end one day and we won't all have to be so social distancing and away from all of our friends and family. And I can't wait to hug my little grandkids one day. Our littlest grandbaby, he's growing way too fast, and he's not going to want to have cuddles maybe by the time this is all over and done with. So thanks, guys. Have a good day, and we will chat to you all later. If you're jumping on the replay, I'll give you a shout out after the fact when I get home after work. And have a good one. Bye-bye for now.